a sick. Hey, everyone, everyone keeps telling us to take care of our health, like it's this to-do list item we're just not checking off. Drink your green juice. Sick. Go to the gym, meditate more. And yeah, those things matter, but that's not what health really is. At least not in the way I've come to understand it. See, a sick. I was born with cystic fibrosis. My lungs have never really worked the way they're supposed to. I've spent more time in hospital beds than in classrooms, more time hooked to IVs than out dancing with friends. So when someone says, take back your health, it hits me differently. We're taught to believe that health is about being flawless, clear skin, perfect weight, strong muscles, and no pain, no pain. We measure it in numbers, in lab results. Sick, and how normal. We look on the outside, but that's such a narrow and honestly harmful definition. Because for so many people with chronic illnesses, sick, disabilities, mental health conditions, that version of perfect health is either unattainable or simply doesn't reflect the reality of their bodies. Sick. When you live with a body that doesn't work the way the world expects it to, you start to realize that health can't just be about physical perfection. Sick. It has to mean something deeper. Maybe it's the ability to laugh during a hard moment, a sick. Maybe it's being able to have a conversation without hiding how much pain you're in. Maybe it's getting out of bed after a week of struggling, not because you feel better, but because you've decided to keep going anyway. People often think that being sick means being broken. But what if being human just means being a little broken sometimes? And what if true health is about how you live inside that brokenness, how you find joy, connection, and meaning, even when your body or mind isn't doing what you wish it would? There's this quiet kind of strength in those who live with imperfect bodies. Sick. It's not flashy or loud. It's the strength of resilience, of adapting, of choosing to show up anyway. And the world doesn't talk about that kind of health enough. Sick. We don't celebrate it. Don't see it on magazine covers or fitness commercials. But it's real, it's alive, and it's powerful. Sick. So when you think about your own health, try not to ask, how can I be perfect? Instead, ask, how can I be present? How can I be kind to myself? How can I love this body, not for what it looks like or how well it performs? Sick. But for everything it carries me through. Because health is not about checking every box on someone else's list. It's about living fully in your body. Sick. On finding peace, even when perfection is nowhere in sight. So many of us put our lives on hold, waiting for that one day when everything will finally be okay. We say things like, sick. I'll be happy when I lose the weight. Or I'll start living once I feel better. Or I'll chase my dreams after I fix myself. It's like we've convinced ourselves that we have to be whole, sick, healed, or perfect before we're allowed to enjoy life. But the truth is, sick. That day might never come in the way we imagine. And that doesn't mean we're not worthy of joy right now. When you live with something chronic, sick, whether it's illness, anxiety, grief, or trauma, you start to realize that healing isn't always a straight line. Sometimes there is no final fix. Sick. There's only the choice to live anyway. And maybe the courage to keep going doesn't come from waiting to feel ready. Maybe it comes from deciding that this imperfect, messy version of you is already enough. A sick. Life isn't something we're supposed to put off until the stars align. It's happening right now in the middle of the chaos, the discomfort, the uncertainty. Sick. If we keep waiting for perfect health or perfect circumstances, we miss the beauty of what's already here. The laughter between treatments. The connection in a quiet, sick, painful moment. The creativity that comes from limitation. These things count. They are real. They are life. You don't need to be fixed to love or be loved. A sick. You don't need to be whole to create something meaningful. You don't need to feel strong every day to be brave. Sick. Your value isn't in your productivity or appearance or even your ability to function. Sick. It's in your willingness to show up as you are and be part of the world. Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself to arrive. She's not coming. Sick. But you're here, you're alive, you're breathing, you have something to offer that no one else can give. So live now, with the pain, with the fear, sick, with the imperfections. Life doesn't wait for you to feel fixed, and it doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be you, a sick. Fighting against your body is exhausting. It's like trying to swim upstream in a river that's always pushing back. When your body doesn't do what you want it to, sick, it's easy to get frustrated, angry, or even ashamed. We live in a culture that praises strength, speed, and control. So when our bodies betray us, It can feel like a personal failure. But here's the thing, your body isn't the enemy, it's your home. Imagine if, instead of battling your body, sick, you started listening to it, not just the surface level signals, but the deeper messages it's trying to send you. Maybe it's tired and needs rest, even if your to-do list says otherwise. Maybe it's anxious and needs calm, even if the world demands productivity. Maybe it's hurt and needs compassion, sick, not criticism. When you partner with your body, you start to treat it like a teammate instead of an opponent. You begin to ask, what do you need right now? Instead of, why won't you just work like everyone else's? That shift in mindset can transform how you live your daily life. Sick. You might discover that resting when you're tired isn't weakness, it's strength. That saying no to something that drains you is an act of courage. Sick. That honoring your limits is an act of self-love. Your body carries your history, your pain, your resilience. It's been through storms you might not even remember. When you fight against it, you're also fighting against yourself. But when you embrace it, you open a door to healing that's deeper than physical symptoms. Sick. You create a space where acceptance and growth can happen side by side. Of course, partnering with your body doesn't mean giving up or ignoring your health. Sick. It means working with it, supporting it, and sometimes advocating fiercely for it. It means learning its language and respecting its signals. A sick. It means understanding that health isn't about control, it's about harmony. So next time you feel frustration bubbling up because your body isn't cooperating, sick. Take a moment to pause. Breathe, ask your body what it needs. Maybe it's rest, maybe it's movement, maybe it's kindness. A sick. When you stop fighting and start partnering, you'll find a new kind of peace, one that doesn't erase challenges but helps you face them with grace. Most of us grow up hearing that health means being strong, energetic, and free of illness. We picture someone who never gets tired, who can run miles without stopping, sick, who eats perfectly and looks flawless. But that's a very narrow idea, and it doesn't fit most people's realities. Sick. Health isn't just about physical fitness or the absence of disease. It's so much more than that. Health is deeply personal and unique to each person. Sick. It's about how you feel inside your own skin, how you respond to life's ups and downs, and how you find balance in a body that might not always cooperate. Sick. Sometimes health means accepting limits instead of pushing past them. Sometimes it means rest instead of action. It means tuning into what your body and mind need and honoring those needs without judgment. When you redefine health, you stop chasing impossible ideals. You stop comparing yourself to images in magazines or fitness models on social media. Instead, you create your own definition based on your experiences, your struggles. Sick. And your victory is maybe health for you is managing a chronic illness with grace. Maybe it's finding moments of peace amid anxiety. Sick. Maybe it's having the strength to ask for help when you need it. Redefining health also means recognizing that mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being are just as important as the physical. A body that functions but feels isolated or fearful isn't truly healthy. Sick. Health includes feeling connected to yourself, to others, to something bigger than your pain and your diagnosis. It's about resilience, compassion, and hope. This new definition frees you from the pressure to be perfect. It lets you celebrate progress, no matter how small. It reminds you that setbacks don't mean failure, they mean you're human. It invites you to live with intention and kindness rather than guilt or shame. So, sick health isn't a destination or a checklist. It's a lifelong process of learning, adapting, and loving yourself through every twist and turn. When you embrace that sick, you give yourself permission to live fully, not in spite of your challenges, but alongside them. Strength isn't always about the big, sick, dramatic moments where you overcome impossible odds. Sometimes strength is quiet. It's the small, daily decision to keep going when everything inside you is telling you to give up. Choosing to live anyway means showing up for yourself, even when your body hurts, even when your mind is tired, even when the future feels uncertain and scary. Many people think strength looks like power or control, sick, like never breaking down or always having the answers. But real strength is vulnerability. It's admitting when you're struggling and still deciding to face the day. Sick. It's saying, I don't know what's next, but I'm here. It's finding courage not in perfection, but in persistence. Living with illness, pain, or hardship can make you feel weak, but choosing to live despite all that is the most profound kind of strength there is. A sick. It's not about pretending you're okay or pushing through to prove something. It's about recognizing your limits and still moving forward with intention and love. Sick, it's about accepting help and allowing others to support you without feeling less worthy. Strength also means embracing your emotions, the fear, sadness, sick, anger, and letting them exist without shame. Those feelings don't make you weak, they make you human. And choosing to live anyway means you are brave enough to hold space for those feelings and still choose hope. Sick. There's power in waking up each day and deciding that life is worth it, even if it's messy or painful. That decision isn't easy, and it's not a one-time choice. It's a choice you make again and again. Sometimes it's a whisper, sometimes it's a roar. When you understand strength this way, sick, you start to see yourself differently. You see the resilience in your scars, the beauty in your battles, and the courage in your persistence. Sick. Strength is not about what you can do perfectly. It's about what you choose to do despite imperfections. So, sick. Choosing to live anyway is the most radical act of strength there is. It's a declaration that your life matters exactly as it is, and that no challenge, no diagnosis, no setback can take that away from you. Every breath you take is more than just a physical act. It's an opportunity, a moment to reset, sick, to release what no longer serves you, and to begin again. Life doesn't come with a pause button, but your breath is like a built-in restart. No matter what happened yesterday or how heavy the weight of today feels, each inhale and exhale gives you a fresh start. It's a gentle reminder that you're still here, still alive, still capable of change. Sometimes we get stuck in the past, regretting mistakes, carrying guilt, sick, holding on to pain. Other times we get overwhelmed by the future, anxious about what's next, scared of the unknown, sick. But the breath brings us back to the present moment, the only place where life truly unfolds. When you focus on your breathing, sick, you step out of the endless cycle of worry and self-judgment and into the calm center within you. Breathing isn't just about survival. It's a tool for healing. When you breathe deeply, you calm your nervous system, lower your stress, and reconnect with yourself. You remind your body and mind that it's okay to slow down, sick, to find peace even amid chaos. Each breath is a chance to choose kindness over criticism, patience over frustration, and hope over despair. Sick. No matter how many times you've stumbled or how far you feel from where you want to be, the next breath offers a new beginning. Sick. You don't need a big event or a dramatic change to start fresh. It's right here in this very moment. You can decide to let go of what's weighing you down, fear, anger, sadness, and open yourself to something new. This doesn't mean every moment will be easy or that challenges disappear. Sick. But it means you have the power to meet those challenges differently, to respond with resilience and grace. Sick. You can choose to see every breath as a gift, a chance to rewrite your story, to heal wounds, and to grow. So when life feels overwhelming, come back to your breath, stuck. And let it remind you that you're never truly stuck, never truly lost. With every inhale and every exhale, you have the chance to begin again, right now, right here,